good bite. That's a really good bite. If you want to learn how to make this, turn around. Let's go. I don't know. It's always the watch. It's never. Okay. And what is up, guys? Okay, so it's the Kenster, and today we are making stuffed brownies. I know it sounds weird, but just trust me, because we're going to bring on our little fella, this guy. And if you know me, I love my Reese's. So let's start off with a 8.5 by an 8.5. You do a 9 by 9, 8 by 8, whatever, like square pan, doesn't matter. Metal, glass, doesn't matter. So the next thing you're gonna need is we're gonna pull out a spatula, a whisk, a 1/4 cup measuring spoon, a cup measuring spoon, and a mixing bowl. This is gonna be extremely important for what you're going to be doing. I'm gonna throw all these back in here because, yeah. Then we've got our cooking spray for our pan. We don't want our brownies to stick. Next, we're going to pull in an egg, about a cup of peanut butter. Don't know what that about stuff is. We're going to use chocolate milk instead of water because this guy is going to require some sort of liquid to lessen its consistency from powder. So anyway, that's kind of my plan. And then I bought a 12-pack, I think, of these guys. So those guys are sitting over there. Let's get to it. Next, we're going to, what I like to do, we're going to start with the egg. So, just crack it, throw it in your bowl. The reason we're doing the egg first, normally you'd put it on top of the brownie mix, but the reason we're doing the egg first is so that when we whisk it all together, it'll make sure all the egg is whisked up instead of just putting it on the brownie and mixing it into stuff. But give me 1 second, I'm going to wash my hands. That was fast. So, what we're just going to do is just going to try and whisk up the egg, make sure everything's nice and even on it. And then we can, then the next thing we'll do is we'll throw the brownie mix in, get that going, and then throw the milk in finally, and kind of get everything going good, the way it ought to be. So, like I said, this is the Ghirardelli Triple Fudge Brownie Mix. Have I had this before? I don't know. Probably. Ooh. Huh. That comes with a little brownie frosting thing. I might eat that later. See, that shows how much I eat that stuff. But, you know, brownies are a favorite pastime. Got a little bit of that on me. I mean, brownies are just, take brownies anywhere. So, next we're going to take our milk, and we're going to throw in a 1/4 cup. Get some measuring out. Throw in a little bit more. Just because we can. Never hurts to add a little bit more and make things nice and smooth. And you'll definitely want to put your milk back in your fridge. I'll do that in a few seconds. But yeah, that is looking delicioso, as they say. Okay, so now that we are back, I will show you what we are looking at. So you can see, very, very nice, easy spreadable, which is what we want. In this case, I mean, sometimes you want a really thick brownie. In this case, you want one that's not soupy, but it's liquidy enough that it can fill in the crevices, the cracks, wherever it may be. Because when you put the peanut butter over the whole pan, as you'll see, over the Reese's, there will be some spots that probably don't get filled in. So, with that being said, I'm going to set this guy aside and get the... Actually, I have a better idea. Let's go ahead and do this. There we go. That is all said and done. So now what we're going to do is we're going to pour about half of the batch into the pan. You know, you can make it a little bit more than half if you want to, because the base is what's going to be the most important part, and the top is going to be secondary most important. Go ahead. You didn't see that. So anyway, we're just going to kind of let this guy mosey around there. Maybe add a little bit more. Okay, and as you can see, I'm using the whisk right now. When we get to the second layer, what we're going to do is we're going to use the spatula to get everything out for sure. So I'm going to meet back with you in a second after I unpackage our Reese's. Thank you for bearing with this quick break, and by quick break, I mean I'll be back in like 3, 2, 1. To kind of catch you up to speed, what we've done, I've unwrapped all the Reese's. Now, and I'm going to tell you this, two stories real quick. First story, I ripped, like I took the thing off of it, and if you're old like me, you understand, like, when you used to take those things off, they used to, like, tear around the edges, and it was, like, awful to look at. I just hated it to death. But I took this one off, and it was literally, like, a clean tear. I was so, like, disappointed that I didn't get it on camera. Like, you guys probably don't believe me, but that's all right. So, the other story while I scoop this stuff out is that there was one time when I was in, like, I'll say, like, 7th grade or something like that. We ended up, we were at lunch, and I used to take a Reese's in my lunch, or Reese's or 2, I think. And nonetheless, I had a Reese's that I was unwrapping, and the black little wrapping paper around it, I took off, and there was another one. And sometimes you get 2 every once in a while. And I kid you not, and I promise you, like, with my full, to the best of my recollection, it was either 12 or 13 papers around my like around the Reese's. I was absolutely, like, blown away. I mean, I really hope no one got fired over that. Like, someone just, like, let one of the Reese's, like, stay for the whole time. But I was, like, it was nuts. I had a picture of it somewhere. I'm going to see if I can find that. Hopefully I can. So, we've got our cup of peanut butter. We're going to do with this now that we've measured out a cup or so. But you could really skip the middleman if you kind of know what a cup looks like. But, you know, for the show, for you guys, I figure I better do it. That's because I care about you guys. I'll do an extra dish if it means you guys are happy. The peanut butter is in the jar. What we're going to do next is actually, see, a lot of it's always about timing. So normally your peanut butter is not going to spread, like it's not going to, here, see what? See that? Not going to pour. Not going to pour. I was really hoping that wasn't going to, like, flop in there. So I'm going to heat this up for about 30, 45 seconds in the microwave. In the meantime, while that's heating up, I'm going to throw the Reese's onto the brownie mix. But I'm doing it very carefully so I can literally go from one to the next, all in super quick motion. That way nothing sets in before it's supposed to. So throw that guy on for 45 seconds. I'm using about 9 Reese's, kind of just so you guys know. I'm doing about like a 3x3 kind of square. That guy will go. Yes, so as you guys can kind of see, the Reese's are in there. As soon as that's out, I'll let my spatula fall down. As soon as that's out, I'm literally going to pour the peanut butter right over it, and then we're going to go straight to the brownie batter next. Oh, I'm sorry about that. You got a cat right there. Do not step on your cats while you're cooking. Not a good deal. It's not a good deal. Oh. Oh, goodness gracious. So, as you guys can see, it's quite literally pouring right over. You guys can't see. I can smell the food coma already. And yeah, and so you don't have to cover your Reese's entirely, but you want to just make a layer that's going to kind of fit right together with all that. If you know exactly what I mean. I hope you do. Okay, now you guys can see, it's got the Reese's. I can't do it too much because when you try and do it too much, it ends up just like making everything fall in, and that is not what we want. So, lastly, as I throw this guy in there, we're going to take the rest of our brownie mix, and we are going to throw it all in, and just cascade it like a waterfall of glorious, delicious chocolate. I don't know about you, but my mouth is watering right now. Like, I'm more than excited. And while I do this, I'm going to go ahead and start my oven at 325. Start that guy. That way, by the time we are done with this part, hopefully that'll get warm enough we can throw it in there and let it for a slow bake. So, as you guys can kind of tell, we have it. You know, I would definitely recommend, after doing this, maybe throwing a little bit more brownie mix on top, less on the bottom. Or even if you're feeling adventurous, doing a layer of brownie mix, then the stuff, and doing a second brownie mix, and get like a really, really thick brownie. That would be pretty good. So anyway, that's my fault. I misdirected you. And it all goes to your liking too. You don't always have to have the top covered, or if you're one person that wants it like a sandwich, and you definitely want the top covered, then you know how to do it now. So I'm going to throw this guy in the oven, let him bake, and we will meet back with you guys when these are done. I'm excited, and I hope you guys are too. See you in a second. All right. So we are done. So that was about 40 minutes or so, and what we're going to see is that it'll look like that. I am super stoked to get into that. That is delicious looking. The way that you can tell it's done is by two ways. First, your brownie is going to be done. Your peanut butter will be, somewhat, you can kind of see like some of the holes where it's boiling up. Peanut butter is one of those things that kind of turns into a liquid because of the oil in it. But, so essentially, the baking, it will help solidify a little bit better. And then to tell if it's done or not, you can just take a toothpick. If it comes out clean, just like that, make sure if you go into an area, you do like a corner where there's no peanut butter or anything on it. That way, otherwise, if you put it in the middle of the peanut butter, obviously, you're going to get that. So, that being said, I'm super happy you guys joined us today for this stuffed, what did I even call it? Stuffed brownie recipe? Yeah, stuffed brownie recipe. So, that being said, good eating. God bless, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you like, subscribe, do whatever you want. It's your life and your kitchen. That being said, the Kenster is out. Peace.